Hello YouTube, I'm working on installing a radon ventilation system in my house. If you want to have this done, it's probably the best idea is to consult with a professional. That's usually the best thing to do, is we work with someone who's done this before and knows what they're doing. My father-in-law did it in his own home, and I like to do things myself. And after watching enough YouTube videos of professionals, then I'm confident I can get it done. It's just going to be a tricky project. And I mean, if you're really short on money and you need to get rid of some radon in your home, then you can do it yourself, but it's not easy. In my house, we have a 2-story home, and so I have to go from the basement through the main level, then through the upstairs, and then up through the attic. Sometimes you can vent radon out the outside of the house, but in my case, I didn't want to do that because it just looks ugly, and I have a dead space in this closet here. There's a big dead space where this flue from the basement furnace is running up through this dead space, and so I figured I could put it through there. The trouble I ran into when I was trying to figure out a spot to put the pipe is right here there's a floor joist, and right there where those green X's are, there's a ceiling joist up above us. And so here's the hole saw that's the width of the 4-inch pipe that I want to put in, and the problem is it's going to be, to fit it in there, it would be right next to my furnace flue, which they probably don't want it to be right next to it for various reasons. And this spot right here I could have done, but I'm going to pull this out because I don't need it there anymore anyway. So I was going to put it right here because when I first got access to this area, this metal flashing was covering right here, and I couldn't tell that there was a floor joist running underneath here until I pulled this out and realized there was a little seam right here where they usually put the seams of the OSB on top of floor joists. There's a floor joist right here, right where that seam in the OSB is. So after discovering that, the downside is I didn't even have to take out the sheetrock to access this area, but I didn't know that until I actually cut in there and found that out. So now I've got to do my sheetrock repair, but I saved the piece of sheetrock here and took it out so you can see that big huge piece of sheetrock I took out to put in the radon fan, or the radon pipe. I'm going to have to run it outside of the wall right here, which luckily this is just inside a closet in the second floor of my house. So I'm going to put it right there. You can see I marked it out right there. On this side right here, there's a ceiling joist right here up above my head. Right here above in the attic, there's right where this dotted line is where there's going to be, up in the attic, there's a gas line that feeds the furnace that's up in my attic. And then on this side, the dotted line is there because I just didn't want to put the pipe in front of this network junction box. So anyway, the pipe's going to just go right here on the outside of this little dead space. So I didn't even have to get into the dead space. So that was unfortunate. One thing that would have helped me prevent doing this is I could have bought like a little exploratory camera. There's like a little camera, you can drill a small hole in the sheetrock, put a camera in there and look around, and that maybe would have helped me understand that I wouldn't be able to fit the radon pipe in there. But even if I would have done that with a camera, I probably wouldn't have been able to see that there was a floor joist right here, right in the way, where I was thinking I could put the radon pipe would go right here. That would have been my ideal spot. I was like, oh perfect, I can put the radon pipe right there because it's a couple inches away from that, and a couple inches away from the gas line, and a couple inches away from the flue for the furnace. So I thought we would be okay to fit it in there, and be a little bit of a tight squeeze to get it in here, but I thought it would work. But unfortunately, there's also a floor joist right there, so it can't go in that spot. So anyway, I'm going to screw that little metal piece back on here. I'll get that screwed back on and tape with some metallic tape, and then I'll fix the sheetrock and put it back in position. I'm also thinking about using this closet as a laundry room. It's a pretty good sized closet, just a bunch of junk in here right now, but I'm thinking about putting a laundry room up. It would be nice to have a laundry room upstairs on our main upper floor. I'm gonna have to look into that and see how much that would cost to do, but so I'm not gonna quite patch the sheetrock yet back in place until I know exactly what we're gonna do with this room. So in the meantime, I'm still working on my radon project, and I found that that's a good spot right here. I'd have a long drill bit that I used. I'd have a really long drill bit because not only is there OSB right here where I'm standing on it, but down in the floor joist below, there's also OSB, and I'll show you that. Let me drill this back down. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Get that back in the right spot. There we go. So before I drilled that hole though, like you can see, I took that Sharpie and made dotted lines so I knew exactly where I had to be in that area. And I took this, actually I'll take this out again. I'll take that out. And this is just slightly larger than the outer diameter of the 4-inch PVC pipe I need to use for my radon system. And so I made sure that I had this lined up, and I did the initial pilot hole with this to make sure that I have that hole right in the right spot, so that when I actually go to drill this bigger hole for the pipe, I just use the existing hole that's there as the pilot guide hole, and then I just can drill it. So that was one thing that I thought would be helpful, to not have to drill multiple holes in the wrong position so you don't get them off center. The reason why I wanted to drill just an initial hole here is it's always better to drill a small hole, kind of an exploratory hole, to know what you're doing and know exactly where you're going to end up. Down there again. Find the right spot where that goes in. There we go. So it's always better to drill a small diameter hole before you drill a big hole, because it's way easier to patch that tiny hole with some caulk or spray foam or something than it is to fill in a big huge hole. When you drill a big hole, then you're committed and it's a more permanent issue. So you can also see I did the same thing here. I drilled some exploratory holes. Even before I took off this metal, I drilled an exploratory hole right there, and it looked like I was in a good spot, but again, I couldn't see where the floor joists were even down below. So it's always best to drill small exploratory holes before you drill the big one, because those are easy to fix, the small holes. We're getting the radon pipe lined up where it needs to be. We got a pilot hole right there, and I'll finish drilling that in just a minute. And then I've got a pilot hole right there, and I measured carefully to avoid the rafter wood up above. What's it called? The trusses. I want to avoid the trusses, so that's why I measured and got it exactly where it needs to be. And I drilled a pilot hole up through the attic, and I moved the insulation out of the way. So now when I drill a hole here, it's not going to come raining down insulation on me. So I got up in the attic and moved the insulation off of that little spot there. So we're going to drill a little hole up through the sheetrock for the pipe to go through. So this is a dead space that's right next to my garage. So I'm standing in my garage right now, and there's just a spot where I took out some sheetrock to get access to a dead space that's between the bathroom and the hallway in my main level. So in here, after I drilled into this area, I drilled a couple exploratory holes here, one there, and I think this one is the one I want to use. That's why you can kind of see an outline of the hole saw where I started to drill it, but I'm just making sure before I drill that big hole that I got everything lined up perfectly where I want it to be. So you can see we're kind of trying to stay away from the flue and stay away from the gas line, but I've got to get close to the gas line as much as I can just because of where I'm going up above. So, and also where I'm going down below, I'll show you that. So this is the main level, and then you can look up above and see, if I can get it at the right angle here. This place is hard to fit in. But you can see up there, there's the drill where I drilled through from the upstairs, and you can see, like I said, you can't see the floor joist because they put the plywood or OSB wood to cover the floor joist, so you can't see where the floor joists are. That's why initially the pilot hole I drilled is kind of up there and near the metal flashing over there, so I had to bring it over there. But in this is a bigger dead space in here, so this actually will work pretty well. It'll be easy to run the pipe in here because I have a lot more room to work with. I'll just have to use two 45-degree angle pipes. So here's the thickness of this is just a piece I got for really cheap from the Restore. This just inexpensive large pipe. It's just what I'm using to look and see how large of a pipe it's going to be in each of the different spots. We're here in the utility closet of my basement, and this is one of the only feasible places to put the radon pipe. And we found a place where it goes up into a dead space up above next to our garage. And anyway, I marked the spot there where we want to drill a hole. I'm just going to drill a series of small holes around that and then chisel it out and start digging to create a space for the radon to get sucked up into the pipe. So we'll begin this process.